Okay, leave this page. Let's see if I can see myself. Happy Hump Day, Alpha Sisters. Let me see if I can see myself. There I am. Can I hear me? Okay, excellent. All right, I'm ready to start. So it's 10 o'clock, a little after 10 o'clock Wednesday morning, and I actually have a really jam packed day today. So I hope you guys are getting ready for a pretty productive hump day. I know I'm going to leave the house today and then won't be able to probably come back until 7. I have some connections I'll be making. I'll be introducing Amber from Body Positive Yoga that I met in most recent local Boss Babe meetup. And I'll be introducing and connecting Amber with Rose, who owns Chakra Sleep Yoga. We're going to have lunch together at Pasture, owned by another Alpha sister, Michelle. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then I have client meetings and some networking meetings and catching up with friends. So, hey, Megan. So today I wanted to talk to you about, I called it pleasure mindset, but it's kind of mindset to focus on feeling pleasure. That's something that I've been focusing on past couple of weeks for my own mindset work, to really focus on bringing more pleasure, whether it's for my mind, body, or spirit, into my day to day. So it's a progression, right? It's a progression. Sometimes like saying pleasure almost feels like I almost felt dirty and guilty even using the word pleasure, right? Because there's this connotation that, pleasure is a guilty pleasure. Pleasure is indulging. Pleasure is not a good thing. But, when it comes to the mindset and like self-worth, self-love, and things like that, it's a progression, right? First, you need to feel worthy. So when I help clients and, help people through their, self-confidence or self-empowerment of self and everything, we start at the worthy. I'm not worthy. I don't matter. Other people come first. So once you have to overcome the worthiness, that you realize that you are enough. So once you kind of you do your mindset work to overcome from I'm not worthy to I'm enough, I'm lovable, I'm okay. Then you move the next step on working your mindset and your energy, and making the shift will be I love myself. So you go from I'm worthless to I'm worthy to now I'm worthy of loving, and I love myself and I love, so then you're open to receiving. Once you start loving yourself, or trying to tell yourself that you love yourself, or start believing it and embodying that belief, then you start receiving other people's love. Good things start coming to your way. So that's where I think most people will want to be at, where you could say I love myself, but then I personally am taking it to the next level of taking it to pleasure. So not only I love myself and open to receive, what if I actually put my pleasure as a priority? Pleasure for my body, pleasure in my environment, pleasure in my relationship, feeling good and pleasurable in the business that I run. If I felt like that would be a next level up of doing my own mindset work to achieve and attract all the things that I want. Because pleasure is feeling good, right? Pleasure means feeling good in our body, in our mind, like in general, feeling good. And that's a big part of our intuition, noticing intuition. I don't know if you saw my last Facebook Live, and I was giving advice to people saying, you have all the answers inside of us. We have all the answers we seek within us. That's our intuition. But the way to know and learn this answer is through your intuition. And when you recognize, the way to recognize intuition is focusing on what feels good. Do you know what good feels like in your body? Do you know what bad feels like in your body? Do you know what yes and no feels like? So more you're in tune to how your body feels, that's how you're going to be able to connect to your own intuition and get the answers and directions and guidance and clarity that not only intuitive psychics get, but every one of us should be able to get. So one way to know that an embodiment of feeling, whether it's good or bad or maybe not, or caution, whatever this sensation we feel, you need to unlock that through our body. And I feel like women in general nowadays, that we go through, maybe not just women, human beings right now, that we go through so much of numbing, right? We're so busy, so we're always rushing. We're always connected to a device that's right, like, our visual, our fingertips and visual get a lot of sensation, but then our rest of our body get numbed a lot. Always rushing, always feeling numbed and not really taking the time to notice what feels. So more important, I feel like it's really important to start working on pleasure in my body and mind and my energy to be able to open that up even fully. So if you feel like, God, CEO keeps saying, what feels good to you? I have no idea what she's talking about. What do you mean pleasure? What do you mean feeling in my body? What do you mean embodiment of feeling? If you feel, then it may mean that you may actually do something like the things that I'm doing. I'm going to share with you what some of the practical things I'm doing. Hey Nanda, practical things I'm doing for my own pleasure exercise. So I'll share that with you. So feel free to choose or look up what you want to do. So again, importance of pleasure helps you with intuition, help us unnumb our body so we're open up, so we can manifest and we could be more powerful and we could really be next level up of self-love, right? Self-worthy, to loving myself, to really putting my own pleasure first. So taking one step. Hey Tamara. Okay, so these are the ways that I personally started incorporating more pleasure into my life or my day, and it's been pretty amazing, so I wanted to share with you. So number one of the things that I've started doing for physical pleasure, there are other physical pleasure you could have, right? So you could there's a sexual pleasure, sensual pleasure, self whatever, but one thing that I've been really doing is I started doing daily breast massage. So the breast massage is actually, massaging your boobs with, massage oil, with a special essential oils and things like that, because I didn't even know this, but there's a huge benefit to breast massage because it keeps our breast tissues healthy. So it actually prevents disease or other health issues arising from your breast. And also it could actually make your boobs look better, feel better. It actually has a beautifying method. And the reason I actually started doing it was because two of my very close friends who are dear to me had a breast cancer scare. So they both found something. Their doctor found something and they had to go get it checked out, and they had to go through the biopsy or mammogram or getting it checked in. So it was really scary time. The worst feeling, right? Not knowing and what ifs. And then luckily both of them ended up finding out that it was completely benign. They're perfectly fine. And the joy they felt and the joy I felt from finding out that they're fully healthy, and the feeling of gratitude and, happiness, it made me really realize, what? I'm so thankful that my breasts are healthy as of now. So it's kind of showing. So I thought, I'm going to do this breast massage because there's a lot of health benefit, and it's a way of like showing my gratitude to my girls that you guys are doing okay. You guys are, so instead of criticizing it or scolding it or judging it, judging them, my girl, there are two of them, my way of showing gratitude and love. So I started doing breast massage. You could YouTube it. They're all like, you could Google it and YouTube it. I didn't know, guys, but there are like a whole bunch of information up there. So it's what I've been doing. Another thing I've been doing for bring more pleasure in my environment is getting help in terms of cleaning lady and personal organizer. My sister recommended Ayana from Harmony Organizing, who's a member in Alpha Female Sisterhood, and she's been amazing. She's going to actually help me organize this room to be like less of my junk room. See how I have all this junk that my husband collects, but she's going to help me organize the space into my room. So I'm really excited about that. So investing in other people who could help me. So I'm creating pleasure in my environment. Thanks, Tranquil. Your doctor told you were so good to do that, and completely agree. Yeah, the breast massage. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's pretty awesome. And then pleasure eating, in terms of eating. I mean, I love food, as you guys know, but like eating really what I want that gives me pleasure and not judging myself. So what I noticed about me recently is that, many of you know that I used to be like this hardcore fitness person before with CO2 Fit. Before I made a transition to intuitive life coaching and business coaching, I was all around fitness. I was a fitness trainer. I was working with weight loss clients and like really hardcore boot camp. So my body reflected that energy and what I did. So I was really lean and powerful. So now my body changed. Ever since I made a transition, my body changed. I'm weaker, I'm softer, I'm fatter, and there was this judgment in my mindset that somehow I knew, even though I made my career transition and I'm doing something completely different, there's that part of me that said you should still have your old body. You should still have your old fitness level. You should still have it's almost like it's unfair. It's totally unfair mindset, but it was underlying mindset in my energy. So I had to uncover it and then realize, you know what? I have a body of an intuitive life and business coach who love and pleasure. And one of my pleasures is eating. So I'm working through letting go of this kind of unfair mindset that I should have all these great things when I used to have it as a fitness trainer, but then incorporate into this new life and then like eat certain ways. So pleasurable eating to me is actually eating what brings me joy. And some of them are not weight loss friendly. Some of them are not healthy eating friendly, but I'm actually embracing it. So that's how I'm bringing more pleasure into eating. Andrea is dedicating next couple of weeks to getting rid of old things and getting my home a little more minimalistic. Yeah, I think it's going to be really powerful. I have so much shit in my house because my husband is a collector. And so, it's a compromise I have to make. So, but I'm really excited of making just one room. One room could be my sacred space. So keep me posted, Andrea, on how you do it. Put it on this group, how you're decluttering or minimalizing or reorganizing your space bring you pleasure and joy and clarity. So I talked about breast massage. I talked about environmental organization to bring more pleasure in that way. Eating things, and then exercising in things that's fun to me. So no longer, even though when I used to build a successful business doing exercise routines that was really hardcore, that was challenging to my body, now I'm only doing exercise that's fun to me. So that's swimming, rock climbing with friends, and then just an easy workout with friends, or no workout at all, laying in the bed and reading books, and just because that gives me pleasure. Also incorporating some arts and crafts, so doing more fun things. So I'm bringing more pleasure by doing more arts and craft. I show it to you that I recently did this sculpting. I got an oven baked sculpt for like $5 at Michael's, and I sculpted. So these are all fun to me. I started taking painting class with Nanda. Nanda lives in Spain, but with beauty of technology, Nanda is teaching me how to use my intuition and infuse my own energy into a painting, and I'm going to be able to do energy infused healing painting for myself and for others. So that's fun to me. So bringing more fun, and that's pleasurable. And then energetically, energetically, I'm actually surrounding myself intentionally with more people who bring me pleasure. And that to me is people who value me, people who value what I do, who I am, and what I do for themselves. So my clients value me because they are actually investing financially. I love serving them. I love working with them. So my time is dedicated to my clients, my tribe, Alpha Female Sisterhood. You guys needing me, like, I'm so thankful for the tribe and the interaction that's valuable to me. And then other people who, it's funny, like I'm attracting a lot of men into my network because like I have an appointment with a potential client Thursday. He said, whenever my girlfriend comes back from a coffee date with you, she's so focused, she's so motivated, she just seems to be so happy. Can I meet with you and have a coffee date with you? And I'm like, yeah, we could totally meet. A couple of my favorite male clients are introduced by one of the Alpha Sisters. They're married to our Alpha Sisters. So just kind of expanding my social circle and not limiting myself. If it feels fun and if it's joyful and pleasurable, I'm expanding my social circle. That also means that I'm going to distance myself from people who tend to be super critical or super judgmental or super fearful. So those are the three things that trigger my vibes down. So people who tend to be critical of themselves or critical of others, people who tend to judge a lot in terms of whether it's harmless or harmful, like people who tend to judge like, oh, that's too hot, that's too cold, that wasn't so great. Like people who constantly judge, that's a trigger to me because I tend to be really hard on myself. So removing myself or intentionally distancing myself from wonderful people, but who tend to be more critical, more judgmental, or more fearful, always worried or always feeling guilty. Those energy, kind of distancing myself and limiting my access to that energy because that's pleasurable to me to not be exposed to that. So Jason is a big supporter. Awesome. And Jason signed on for 21-day mindset makeover. So he get a chance to work with me every day, Megan. I'm so excited about that. Yeah, the couple, if you guys want to invite your spouse or boyfriend or someone to do this, a 21-day mindset makeover, message me. I'll give you a special deal so you guys can actually do it together and it doesn't feel like you're duplicating your investment. Anyway, so then my last thing that I'm doing to bring pleasurable or really reinforce this intention of bringing more pleasure into my life and my surrounding and my energy is daily mindset practice. So daily mindset practice is the thing for me personally, at least for me personally, that allowed me to double my revenue within 4 months. So I double my revenue and my income in 4 months and expand my business and my energy. Like, you could feel, I think a lot of people could feel the expansion of my energy. And the only thing that I did differently is committing to daily mindset practice. And that is why I'm doing that 21-day mindset makeover, because I'm so passionate and I just can't believe it. All I did was work on my mindset practice every day. That's all I did. And mindset practice is simple, right? Journaling. And it's up to you. Everybody does it differently, but the gratitude practice, journaling, tapping, if needed, meditation. That's all I did every day. And doing the work that I normally do, but that's all I did. And it was complete transformation. So I'm so passionate to lead you guys through it, because what's really frustrating for my clients and my friends and even me in past was, we hear from everybody, this is really powerful exercise and everybody should have a mindset practice. You should have a morning ritual. You should have a gratitude practice, but we'll like go all in for 3 days and then something will come up and we'll like forget about it for 2 days. And then you're like, oh, go back for another 2 days. And we forget about it for 4 days. And it was just always up and down. And it was never consistent. And consistency is the key to creating the results. So join 21-day mindset makeover so we can do this together. It is priced way low because I'm like, I do it every day anyway, so it's not really causing me extra work. I'm just guiding you guys through it, and it's something I do every day. It comes so easy to me. I want more and more people to participate and get the results. So it's priced at $77 if you use the link in Alpha Female Sisterhood, but the regular price right now is $88. It's still low. I chose the $88 because yesterday was August 8th. And it was the date of Lionsgate opening up, which means it's a huge energetic shift between the spiritual world and physical world. So there's a huge gate opening up, and there are a lot of inspiration and connection happening in our physical world and spiritual world. So it's a great time to make a big shift, great time to commit to make a big change and go for something big, because you're getting supported by spiritual realm and then physical realm. So I thought, August 8th is Lionsgate. It's opening up. Price $88. This feels good to me. So it's out. I'm going to start promoting it everywhere. And it's open to not only women, but like men and women. So this is a great opportunity for people who don't really in Alpha Female Sisterhood to get experience and work on things. So if you can't join right now, you'll regret it. So don't, try to make it work. If the price is hard, but if you can't afford to join it at full price right now, but you really want to get involved, message me, because I want to make it work for you, because this is the one thing that doubled my income, nothing else. But there's a caveat. So that's, anyway, so join the 21-day mindset Michael. Well, you'll see the link. But I want to not bring it all together, because this broadcast was around pleasure mindset. So thinking about pleasure, inviting more pleasure into my own self really is helping me to put myself first, so to really bringing me to a level that I want to get to and manifest things I want to. One caveat to this pleasure mindset is that you can't just only do pleasure. Right? You can't just do 100% pleasure. You have to balance it out. We are all high performing women here. So we know in order for us to get results, it takes work. So sometimes you're going to have to do the things that you don't really like doing. You're going to have to there will be time that you buckle down and get shit done. So just make sure that when I talk about pleasure mindset, you let go of all the other responsibilities and only worry about what gives me pleasure. No, that's not what I mean. So I want to be crystal clear that you have to focus on bringing more pleasure into you, but at the same time, do what needs to be done. Do the work that needs to be done to get the results what you want. So you got to do the work. You got to show up. So if you're going to do mindset, you want to improve your mindset, and if you want to commit to your mindset work, you have to show up every day and write that journal, read that book. If you want to do daily devotion and you want to read Bible, you have to show up every day, open the Bible and read the Bible. So just be ready to do the work. So that's my message to you. So let me just look at the comment. Your transformation has been definitely tangible and visible. Thanks, Amy. So, and you can do it too. Everybody else can do it too, because all it takes is all the answers and energy, and all the magic is within us. And we just need dedication and practice to show up so we could unlock it. Anyway, so that's my message to you. I hope you guys have a great hump day Wednesday, and I will check in tomorrow. Bye, everyone.